going on, Jeromes? Beautiful day for some Q&A. Thank you for everyone who submitted questions. We're going to do more. All right, so occasionally we'll put out a call on the community tab. Fired up, let's go. Carl Gerbschmidt, probably not the real one. Dad to dad, biggest fear of the season is JJ trying to play football as a first-time dad in the 6-month fog of birth. How do you think JJ and other celebrity rich folk deal with these challenges? Love the content, Andy. Keep being an awesome dad. Happy early Father's Day. Hey, back at you. So, I don't know, I feel like JJ McCarthy and his beautiful, amazing fiance Katya nailed it. I feel like so JJ McCarthy strikes me as the kind of guy who's going to try and do everything as a dad. I will get up with the baby with you. We will trade off. We will do that stuff. I'll change diapers. That's all good. But also, I think at the end of the day, Leo, JJ McCarthy is going to be a first-time dad, but also he's going to be a first-time starter in the National Football League. Now, obviously, family comes first, but also the profession is very important as well. So I think what it's going to be is the fiance, probably a nurse or two, maybe a relative, a mom, a mother-in-law, something like that. I feel like it's a spot where everyone takes ownership of the situation, and then everyone just tries to one-up each other in very good ways, right? As opposed to just passing the buck. McCarthy wants to help out, but the other people in his life, they understand, like, hey, you need to focus on football. You sleep in a separate bedroom. You sleep in a separate part of the house. You get your rest. You get your focus on. We will take care of this child, right? It takes a village sort of deal. So I think that's what it's going to be. And it's all like being a dad's great. We just had like a mini road trip today, visiting graves and going down memory lane in a couple of spots, and the kids are just great. Like when kids are good, it's amazing. But when they're bad, I don't know. Actually, no. Like, especially as like our youngest has gotten older, like every single day is a little bit easier. Like, there's no whining, there's no tantrums, there's no everything. It's fewer and far between. It's good. But yeah, JJ McCarthy's gonna be a great dad. I mean, he's already father of the Lions. Next, Expired Mana. That's deep. Thanks for the fun and chill channel. Hey, welcome. Thank you for coming along. What are you more eager to see when the regular season starts? A dominating run up the middle by Jordan Mason behind the new offensive line, or a quarterback running for his life from the interior pass rush courtesy of Hargrave or Allen? So probably the running game, because we've seen quarterbacks running for their lives from the Vikings pass rush, but it'll be different if it's from the static down defensive lineman, right? But just getting to a spot where you can punch the other team in the face, where you're running that 4-minute offense late in game, maybe late in the season or playoffs, maybe it's cold weather, and you're just like, we are going to impose our will. We have a 7 to 10 point lead. We are going to salt this mother away, and over and over and over again, outside zone, inside zone, man gap, doesn't matter. We're going to run Jordan Mason right at your face. Or in the red zone, we're going to run Jordan Mason right behind CJ Ham, right behind Christian Darrisaw and Donovan Jackson. Whoo, it's for real. And, I mean, Vikings haven't had that in a long time. Yeah, going back to Adrian Peterson, right? So I'm looking forward to it, because we haven't seen the Kevin O'Connell offense in 3 years with a legitimate running game. Like, it's been fits and starts with Dalvin and then Madison and then Aaron Jones, but just physically imposing. Like, that's what we're looking for, and that's what we're finally going to get. Also, Traveler, OG Jerome, I know fantasy football pods are super popular during the season, and I think you play in like 100 leagues. I think the Jeromes would love if you did a pod on your pick some week's goal production value. So I was going to do like a video series, like a couple updates a week on. So I'm actually only in 3 leagues, right? So I used to do the standard 10, 12 teams, 10, 12 leagues, like when I was much younger. But I don't know, like at a certain point, it's just like, hey, that touchdown is good and bad for me, and I just didn't like hedging all the time. So I pared it down to 3 leagues. One, a league with just some old friends from back in the day, as well as a decent money league, and then another just fun league, friends and family league. Someone just added me, right? And I don't know, maybe we'll go through, because there's emotions. Like I won the money league last year mainly because I got lucky because everyone stayed healthy. Also, it's good when you have Jefferson, Achane, and Jahmyr Gibbs. It's almost like that's good. Also, and T. Higgins was going off too. That was good. Yeah, we'll do like a series. Definitely not in depth, and I'm not gonna lie. Like, analysis kind of goes out the window with me. I'm just kind of like, what do you feel on that day? But we'll see. Next, Exploited. Hey, love the work, Andy. Any chance we can start including Ivan Pace Jr. in the Zero Goose and D'Angelo Russell jokes? Well, so the D'Angelo Russell jokes started Zero Goose and D'Angelo Russell as a mocking of D'Angelo Russell. Like, it's not a positive, right? Zero Goose egg, Ivan Pace Jr. No, Ivan Pace is not a goose egg. He's not zero, man. Well, he's number 0, but he certainly ain't a 0, right? Also, can we start a petition to change the Ask Doza line in the most accurate power rankings in the universe to the Everson Griffin line, because all teams below that line are ass. Thank you. Well, I mean, we could, except I feel like too many. I feel like enough people understand like the memes. Kirk Cousins is ass. Thank you. We after that ass, Jimmy. But I think too many people would see that if they don't understand the reference, be like, oh, Everson Griffin is ass. Nah, I like the Astoza line because of the the baseball connotation, the Mendoza line. So I think it's perfectly fine, right? And Zero Goose Egg D'Angelo Russell stays forever because screw D'Lo in his face. That's it. Lastly, Hunter Bell. What makes us the most hated franchise every offseason? What have we done to deserve the slander? Like, people really thinking we're going to finish 4th next year is the crime of the century. So we've talked about the genesis of this, where I think what happened is that after the Vikings lost 4 Super Bowls, the print media at the time, take a letter, all right, editor, I have a hot scoop. The Minnesota Vikings, stop, have been really bad in the Super Bowl, stop. So they're the lovable losers of America, stop. Right. So I think that a lot of the narratives that you still see in the media, like the Cowboys are America's team, people still want to see the NFC East. The Vikings deserve to be hated on. That's still just momentum and inertia from like the 70s, And what happened is that negativity sells in sports, right? Let's just be honest. And the Vikings, after losing, was it 4 Super Bowls in 6 years, something like that? They were constantly just getting berated as the lovable losers, never get over the hump. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Barney uniforms, here we go. And that carried over to the 70s, 80s, 90s, and aughts, right? And, the Vikings haven't done much to dissuade them. So it's almost like that's their go-to. That's their bread and butter play. It's like, hey, when we don't know what to do, let's just hate on the Vikings because what are they going to do about it, right? Because history and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So I think that's where it comes from, right? So that's why every single time, like, that's how good that Justin Jefferson is, that he almost breaks free from the hatred that the Vikings go, because he's recognized every now and then. Lastly, Earl Wood, a Memorial Day menu, Minnesota style. So this is the gloriousness. First time we went to Franklin Barbecue and Foot Massage, Austin, Texas. Now, Franklin is famous for the wait time, the line. Just order takeout, and they literally have like a separate area. You go in the back to like that seafoam green trailer, and then you just take it out. I mean, it's really easy. But also in Austin, like Salt Lick Barbecue. Come on, son. Terry Black's. Let's go. I mean, there's so many good barbecue places in this world. It's good. We have the meats. So for me, long story longer. So I haven't got a picture of this, but what I've been doing is taking a brisket and or pork shoulder and cutting it into like 3/4 inch to 1/4 inch steaks, right? And the brisket, so I just leave the flat as is, but the point, right? Because I don't know, like, I've come to find with pulled pork and brisket, obviously it takes a long time, obviously it's worth it, but once you get to the innards, like the inside, sometimes with the brisket, that decal of fat, that band of fat in between the point and the flat, it doesn't render out and get all nice. Plus, there's lack of seasoning on the inside, and the meat, it doesn't get touched by the smoke. It doesn't get touched by the seasoning. Some of the fat doesn't render out, and basically it's just sort of like almost like steamed meat. That's obviously not it, but that's what kind of comes across as. But if you slice it into 1-inch steaks, every single bite that you have is going to have seasoning. It's going to have smoke. It's going to have all that stuff, right? Plus, it'll cook in a fraction of the time. And so because I got the idea from Korean barbecue. Because they'll partially freeze a brisket and then shave it off, and then you're just eating those small little pieces. But what if you did that, applied that thin flat slice of meat to a smoker, and that's what we've done, where you have these 1 inch 3/4 inch steaks seasoned very nicely on both sides. They cook up very quickly, and maybe you don't develop that bark as you would on the outside of a full brisket, but that's the trade-off, right? And every single bite is juicy, it's smoky, it's well seasoned, and same concept with those pork shoulder steaks as well, because you could still smoke them at a low enough temp that fat renders out, and also hit it up with like a nice little mop at the end. I like a little apple cider vinegar, a little sesame oil, a little oyster sauce, a little hoisin sauce. Now, obviously there's sugar in there too, so apply it right at the end, otherwise it's going to burn. But I don't know, like maybe just changing our theories on things, right? Plus, these things cook up in like hour and a half, so you can do them on weeknights. I have to wait around for doing a 13-hour brisket, so I don't know. I'm sure that many other people have thought about this more thoroughly than I, and it was just Johnny come lately, but but that's basically what we're doing tomorrow. We were gonna cook out today, except we're on the road today. Then I don't know, like kids are so funny. Like they get obsessed with something and then they moved on. Right now they're obsessed with fruit salad. No, just straight up fruit salad. Like they love all the individual components. Like they love apples and pineapple and melons and grapes and berries and all that stuff. But they're like, oh my god. If you combine them all together, it's like a rainbow of flavors. So that's where. So we're gonna have meat. We're gonna have fruit salad. I don't know. Maybe we'll make macaroni salad or something like that. Like our macaroni salad is very like Hawaiian influenced, so it's getting after things too. Oh, and potato salad, we've been making Japanese potato salad a lot because I'm really lazy. It's kind of great. It's basically like a mashed potatoes potato salad. It's great. Anyways, that is it. Q&A on this beautiful day, and also a meat detour. Let us know your thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.